Why am I so tired? Proven strategies to improve your energy balance. What is energy at its core? The main form of energy that we use is called ATP. This is a set in motion by the electron transport chain, which builds mitochondrial density. The next ATP coupling, this is about efficiency in the process of the mitochondria. Lastly, we have ATP synthesis, which involves production and output of energy. The average human can generate 100 watts of energy just by being sedentary. While we're exercising, we can generate 300 to 400 watts, or even more. Humans generate a form of electricity called piezoelectricity, which is a form of energy created by movement. Why do we not have enough energy during the day? Number one, we're not moving enough. Like I said, movement creates a form of energy called piezoelectricity. This is a form of energy that's built in the matrix of our cells that changes up like a battery. The problem is that when we're tired, we don't just want to actually move. If we actually get up and do a simple form of movement, we will make more energy. Going for a short walk, push-ups, jumping jacks. These can be a tool. Also, there's a great form of movement called rebounding. This is utilizing a mini trampoline to stimulate lymphatic flow. This is a form of movement that produces something called G-force, which dramatically stimulates bone and muscles. NASA also believes that this is the most beneficial form of exercise for humans. Number two is poor sleep quality. Sleep quality is important, but we also need to focus on quantity. You can get enough sleep every night, but still feeling tired because of sleep quality and cycles are not coming in and out properly. Each cycle lasts about 90 minutes. Now, they consist of REM and non-REM sleep. REM is responsible for memory, processing, and dream occurrences. Non-REM is known as deep sleep, and the deepest regeneration occurs here. Sleep architecture is defined by different markers of sleep quality, such as time spent in bed, how many times you wake up, and time in cycle. We can improve our sleep quality by improving our circadian rhythm. This is our hormonal clock system that determines all processes in the body. This rhythm can easily be optimized with light, movement, and nutrition. Getting sunlight within 1 hour of walking will set the foundation of your endocrine system and your nervous system throughout the entire day. Sunlight is responsible for the synthesis of vitamin D, lowers blood pressure, and increases nitric oxide. Efficiency of the heart, regulates cholesterol, generates ATP, and influences countless other hormones and neurotransmitters. Intermittent fasting for 12 to 16 hours is a good idea for the circadian rhythm. Also, making sure you're not eating late into the night will benefit hormones and metabolism. Having a movement practice will also set the circadian rhythm. I recommend having some light movement practice in the morning, like walking in a sauna, cold shower, then doing something heavier in the evening, such as weight or HIIT training. The reason to do the heavier work later is because all reaction time, body temperature, muscle protein synthesis, and hormone that are necessary for exercise peak in the late afternoon and early evening. Number three is nutrient deficiencies. Nutrient deficiencies can play a big role in our energy. If your body is deficient in a nutrient, that means that it cannot engage in that process and the nutrient that it requires, or at least not as well. Chronic nutrient deficiency means that you always be deficient in a nutrient. Also, chronic nutrient deficiency leads to chronic overeating. When I talked about ATP, it requires magnesium to be activated. So it's really MG-ATP. I'm always a proponent of food first, so the color green and a food that is an indicator of magnesium. So green leafy vegetables, avocados, and cacao are great sources. When we talk about colors in foods, those are really indications of certain antioxidants. Usually the darker the food, the more antioxidants it actually has, but it doesn't necessarily mean better because there's different types of antioxidants as well. The highest form of antioxidants in a food is actually chaga. The chaga medicinal mushroom grown on birch trees. This is number one. Nothing else really even compares. Also, I recommend supplementation with this because the soil is depleted and doesn't actually have much left. Oral supplementation such as malate, glycinate, threonate, chloride, oxide, taurate, and orotate. There's also topical magnesium you can use for spot treatments. This is great if you have a cramp or trying to recover from a workout. Each magnesium brand is great, but Ease is about 99% absorbable. So when we talk about different nutrients like magnesium and other minerals, like there's different forms of these things, right? Which is why it's very important to eat real food. Because when we eat real food, we're getting all the forms that are required. As opposed to supplementation, like we're not usually getting all the different forms of them. When it comes to topical magnesium, like I said, I use a brand called Ease. And it's very beneficial for sore muscles or any type of pain that you may be having. So this is just a great thing to have on hand if need be. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning into the show. For more, you can head over to anthonygastella.com for articles, coaching, and other free resources. Also, if you can, leave a review for the show, let people know what you think, and I would appreciate that so much. Support the mission of freedom. Thanks for being on this mission with me, and I promise to give you more powerful, empowering, great content to help transform your life. Thanks for tuning in.